I center my consciousness, my ego, my consciousness of self, in the source of my being, the infinite consciousness that holds my being. I center my consciousness there in the very center of my being. Center of the mind, center of the heart, center of my vital being. Center of my physical existence, I center there. That my every thought, my every word, my every action be a source of light and a blessing to my world. My soul stays in gratitude for the gift of life and the spleen and the opportunity of the karmic play to evolve in consciousness and to ultimately be free. I pray most of all for the awareness to understand all of this and the awareness of manifesting the light in the duality of existence. Om. Peace. 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 Namaskar, everyone. Today I want to speak about the physical body because I think a lot of times it's underestimated. Nor is it used as it should be on the spiritual journey. Some of us, we gravitate more to the mind and to the emotional being. And we tend to neglect the physical body. Of course, the physical body will have its challenges. Aging is a major one. The moment we are born, we are on a timeline, a countdown. The physical body is only going to last a certain amount of time. It was designed, as we have read in the science of gerontology, that it's designed for about 120 years. But of course, in the society we live now, with compromised environment, few of us can really live to that ripe age. And then the other thing is that as we grow older, in the early days, 40 years you should be old. Now we have increased the longevity. And we have more youthfulness at older biological age. The body is extremely important for your journey. It clothes your soul. And what is beautiful about the body is it's an intelligent covering of the soul. It is able to function on its own, repairing itself. When you go to sleep, it's really working hard, detoxing, cleansing your system, preparing you for a new day. Cells are doing repair work. And when you meditate and you give attention to the body, that continues, revitalization of the cells, which is really empowering them. Whenever I meditate, it's a boost. And when I practice yoga, as I do, physical yoga, it's an amazing exercise. The stretching, the tensing of the body, the breathing, the twisting and moving. It's amazing. Every time I do it, I celebrate the power of yoga. Because what it does, at the end of the exercise, it makes you more alive, more at peace, and more in harmony throughout the body. You can't beat it. Of course, Qigong exercises or Tai Chi do the same. But yoga is particularly beautiful for me. And the emphasis on pranayama, we can't imagine how important that is. I thrive on it, I live on it. My day begins with pranayama. And when you can really appreciate the prana of the left nostril and the right nostril, it's amazing. I hope that all of you can catch it. Left nostril has a cooling current that's connected to the right brain. And the right nostril has a heating current that's connected to the left brain. And you can actually feel it. Though you don't see me practicing the pranayama in the meditation, but I can do it best by focusing on the heating and cooling currents, the heating and cooling currents of the Ida Pingala, left and right channels. So when I'm meditating, I just focus at the center of the eyebrows, at the medulla point, along the spinal column. It's a left nostril pull. Pause for a moment. I breathe out through the right. With emphasis on the right, focus on the right. And then I breathe in through the right. Pause for a moment. Then you breathe out through the left. Pause. Breathe in through the left. And it's beautiful, that's a cycle. And I can do the same thing physically. Sometimes I do physically as well. And every time you move your body in yoga and you stretch, you need to stay conscious of the body. You need to be able to feel the muscles, the bones. The breath. You're holding it in an expansive consciousness, just like meditation. So every exercise is a delight. When I exercise, I don't exercise by counting, I have to make 24 reps. No. It's a joy of the stress, the release, the breath, the movement. It's a tremendous joy of movement. So exercise becomes a joy. And of course, the breath is an amazing function. And I celebrate drawing air into my lungs and prana into the body. And of course, the breath of fire, it's a kriya, it's a cleansing exercise. And you do it in a managed way. It's not about the repetitions. It's about how you feel. It's about how revitalized the body becomes. The bending, the twisting, the breathing, the consciousness of it. The consciousness is joy, absolute joy. And if you don't stress the bones, how are you going to influence the bone marrow? The muscles, if you don't really power up the muscles, how are you going to keep them active? And they were meant to be active. You have to have better circulation. And whilst I'm doing this, I'm along the spinal column in the mind with the muscular parts of the body. It doesn't matter how compromised the body is, you can still breathe. You can still do certain movements, use them, utilize them, and then the rest will begin to become more active. And when you get up in the morning, don't start with heavy breathing. Go slow. Shh. You warm up the system. I'm very conscious of every movement of the breath, of the body, of the vital energies, the currents. And everything is being done in harmony. This is the beauty of Mahāyoga. Of course, Mahāyoga is the topic of conversation next week. And I sent out an email to you with information. But the physical body is important. And your soul being, your energy body, is called Sukshma Sharir. It is so integrated with the physical that it's exciting when you can actually feel that integration of nadis and nerves, of chakras and plexuses. Right now, in my consciousness, I'm observing every experience, and I'm tensing my body in a beautiful way that I can actually feel the presence of my bones. And if I want to do bone marrow breathing, I just focus on, as I breathe in, I take my attention from the bones to the skin. And as I breathe out, I take my attention from the skin to the bones. From bones to skin, skin to bones. Bones to skin, skin to bones. And I'm holding my body tense, so I'm really into bone breathing. This energizes bone marrow. And of course, bone marrow is responsible for those healthy red blood cells. This is a joy to do. So it's important to really understand how to drive the physical from the subtle body. It's such a beauty. In my leader teachings, this is going to become extremely important because this is what I practice every day. And I want to, I need to, I must, if I'm to carry this body to its fullest span for purpose, to fulfill my purpose on this plane. And in leaving the body when the time comes, I want to leave the body gloriously. I don't want the body to shut down on me. I want to use all my resources, everything that I know. I want to use it to maintain a healthy and active body, driven by my subtle body. Leaving the body is amazingly easy. Because the more you're centered in subtle consciousness, you will feel waves and waves of joy as you leave the body. The body will look shutting down. The body will look different. But you will be in joy as you come out of the body. So there's no need to fear death. If in the meditation you can already feel the expansion of the consciousness, you're already in that dying process. Of course, the karmas hold us. And those who have had near-death experiences, they talk about how the other space is so beautiful. They don't want to come back. They have to come back to this cold world of duality. So don't fear death. It's more important to deal with life. And it's more important to be able to channel energies, prana, through the body, life force through the body, to keep it as healthy as possible. I mean, that is the important thing. Doesn't matter what physical compromise we have. We surround it with a lot of prana, a lot of vitality, a lot of mind power. Mind power is prana too. Breath is pranic power. Intention is prana. So my teachings are going to focus more on well-being. Of course, enlightenment. But how can enlightenment happen with poor well-being? And especially in this path of Mahāyoga with Kundalini Mahāyoga, you're going to find that you need a healthy body for these currents to move up the spine and to open up the centers. You need a healthy body. So let's try to stay healthy. So let your life be a blessing to your world as you grow more and more in the light. Manifest it. Let it flow through your activities. Let it flow through your voice, through your eyes, through your touch, through your thoughts. Be a blessing to your world, not a burden. And no matter how compromised you may feel, oh, what he speaks about seems so far away. No. The fact that you are listening to it means that the universe is reaching out to you. And the fact that you can understand some of what I'm saying, the universe is reaching out to you. Believe in the possibility. You wouldn't meet me, or you wouldn't be listening to this, or even appreciating it, if you were not ready for it in some way. So believe in your possibilities. Believe in yourself. Believe in the karmic play. I live the truth of it. Let me inspire you as much as I can. With these words, I'm going to wish you a marvelous Sunday wherever you are, and to say that life is beautiful. Regardless, there is no death. And the soul is a soul of light, not darkness. There's no death. You came into the body at birth. You live in the confines of a physical body, which is a vehicle for the soul's evolution. And you're going to leave the body. I pray that you will leave the body a more evolved soul. And more fulfilled. Have a blessed day, everyone. Namaskar.